So I understood bodhicitta, 9 steps to bodhicitta, which is compassion and how to achieve everlasting happiness. But you also talked about fear and confidence. There's a
Not a fear, fearlessness.
fearlessness and confidence, which can be achieved by meditation of emptiness. So that meditation is something that I'm not very clear right now.
Okay. Which means you have to come to Sugar Sumling more often. And in fact, essence of the Buddha's teachings, the essence of the practice of Buddha's teachings is twofold. Wisdom of emptiness, to give you confidence and fearlessness. And bodhicitta, to give you the lasting happiness. So these are the two things. In terms of the learning, intellectual learning, bodhicitta is very simple. If you get a teacher, if you have a teacher, then of course the teacher should be learned. With that, you can learn about bodhicitta just in the greatest of the details, you can learn within 1 week. Right? Learning, intellectual learning. Then whereas with the wisdom of emptiness, even 1 week is nothing. 1 week learning of the wisdom of emptiness will not take you anywhere close to wisdom of emptiness. So wisdom of emptiness, it requires a tremendous, extensive learning. It requires, in fact, I would say, years and years of learning. The first day, I was just asking Shanti whether or not Chogar Sumling is possible to organize a program, say like a program of class there's one specific text known as Madhyamika Avatar, entering into the middle way. This is exclusively on emptiness. So for that, from my 2 years from my 3 times teaching of that, it's a very extensive text. From my 3 times teaching for the ordinary audience, like Chogar Sumling audience, I realized that I need minimum of 15 days. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I need 15 days, not in Chogar Sumling here, not in Tibet House in Delhi. It must be outstation program. In Chogar Sumling, it will take me 2 years to complete. That too every Sunday regularly. Right? Because in Tibet House, it took us 2 years to finish that text. Whereas when we did the same program for 15 days outstation program, where everybody stays there, everybody eats there, everybody gets up early in the morning at 5 o'clock, and then start the morning prayer, meditation, all these things at 6 o'clock, and 3 classes a day, every day, 3 classes a day with 2 hours each class, with 3 group discussions every day, right? And then while eating food, reading this text, reading this passage, 3 to 2-3 pages every lunch, breakfast. So with all these conducive factors, in 15 days, I would, with dragging, I can finish it. 10 days is too intense for the people. 10 days. So people feel so exhausted. So that is one thing. Whereas to the study of emptiness, otherwise, another possibility is, Chogar Sumling here in this center. Then you invite teachers. Then when they give teaching on emptiness, you can attend. So that way, then, although it may take a little longer, but it is more stable. Whereas just doing everything in such a short time, it could be very effective and very intense. It could be quite exhausting. In short, what I'm saying is that I'm encouraging. So, for example, your question, from the question which you asked yesterday, and when I come to know that you just appeared for the first time, It's amazing that you have this ability. You have this ability to digest, to grab what is being said. So with that person, you need the, you have this hand to grab, but the material should be there to grab at. So this material will be provided to you by the Chokra Sumling teachers every Saturday and Sunday, right? So I would very much encourage you to be as regular to the Chokra Sumling Center if you are really interested to know how to cultivate this fearlessness and how to cultivate this confidence through the wisdom of emptiness, right? So one point that I'm making here is that with the practice of the wisdom of emptiness, with the practice of bodhicitta, it involves two elements. One is the intellectual learning. Other one is the experiential the practice. So it's just opposite. For the wisdom of emptiness, intellectual learning, the first process is the intellectual learning. Intellectual learning will take you a very long time. And then once you are completed with intellectual learning, experiential practice will be very fast. Whereas for the bodhicitta, intellectual learning is very short, very quick. You can very quickly learn that, have an intellectual learning of the bodhicitta, just maximum 1 week. Then actual boosting the experience, invoking the experience of bodhicitta, that will take time. It's not that after intellectual learning, you practice, and then the next 1 month, the next 1 year, bodhicitta will come to you. No, that's not true. Intellectual learning is very quick. Experiential invocation is very lengthy time. For the wisdom of emptiness, intellectual learning will take you so long, and experiential the invocation will be so fast. So this is what we need to know.